All right, welcome back. Tony Salas here. 2022 is here. It's been an interesting last 4 or 5 months. Been pretty busy. Changed shops. Pretty much backed off a little bit on the light duty diesel repair. Some of you may or may not know I do have a professional training site where I do training for working technicians too as well. So I've been doing that. But I thought I'd start off the 2022 year talking about a little bit about moi, in other words, me. Some of you have put a lot of positive comments, by the way. And by the way, thank you. We have reached 1,000 subscribers. So as of today, we got 1,002 subscribers, which something that I did on the side that didn't really work hard at, because yeah, I do training, like I said, to professional technicians, but I also do repair trucks too as well, and I write content. But I thought I'd say thank you as a side hobby of doing the YouTube. Actually, I wasn't too thrilled about doing the YouTube because of the fact that, what am I going to teach? But if the videos have helped you, I'm glad. Actually, that's the whole purpose. And being an instructor, I've been an instructor for a lot of years. My career extends more than 30 years now, as I'm pretty much in my mid 50s. The gray hair pretty much tells it all. But one thing I thought I'd tell you, yeah, I've been working for a long time. I do have a little bit of a reputation in the professional technician market. I take pride on the fact that, I like to say that I don't not only teach them, but I fix them. When you look at service information, you look at information, from the manufacturers. Sometimes we get trucks where the service information doesn't make sense and we have to come up with solutions on what's going on. So that's one of the things that I do, and that's what that's my gift that God gave me in terms of, figuring out trucks. But as time goes around, my career we used to be going like this, and now I'm going like this. So in this case, what I mean by that, don't think I'm going downhill. It's just the fact that my priorities are changing a little bit in terms of, how hard do I want to work? Like I used to work hard, trying to gather more information. It's like, I want more days off, And in this case, it's been interesting. I've been training Beto. You guys have seen me mention Beto in the videos, YouTube videos. He's out sick actually today, so he's starting off the year pretty crappy. But we hope he gets better. He's got work from him, so we got to get him busy again. But yeah, I got trucks waiting for him. But I'm here in my own personal office, my own bedroom actually. So in this case, at my home, it's about high of, I don't know, 50 degrees today, low in the 28. So I thought I'd work out of the office today since I need Beto working active. But one thing I'm going to be searching probably is another technician to come help me work. But in this case, a lot of logistical things I got to go through in order to figure that out. But for now, you're going to see me do some videos. I'm going to shoot one today on turbos, so on the Powerstroke 6.7 turbo, talk about turbochargers. So I'll be doing that today. But I'll be back at the shop tomorrow again. And I've already shot quite a few clips. I just haven't taped any conclusions. But the whole purpose of this video is just to tell you about who I am real quickly. I'm originally from Southern California, so you couldn't pay me enough money to go back. Yes, no criticism to you guys from California, but I grew up most of my life there and other places, but been there. But I have worked as a corporate, both contract and corporate instructor. I've worked for 2 manufacturers, contractor for like 4, but did that. I also have worked as a community college, and that's what brought me here to Vegas as a department chair. I did that for a few years, too political. But anyways, I did that. And I also have worked on my own doing contract training. So I have traveled literally, name me a major city in the United States, I've probably been there. And in this case, I've also worked as a former now shop owner. So I've done that for a lot of years. So you can say I take pride in the fact that I've done a little bit of everything when it comes to this diesel market. I've only been working on diesels for probably the last 15 years, 20 years. I started off with the LB7 Duramax, where I was part of the train of trainers with General Motors. But the LB7 is dear to me, for those of you who see my videos. But I have done contract work for other manufacturers and for other part suppliers too. So, and now I get contracted from time to time. So when I fly somewhere, drive somewhere, I'm either doing it for myself as a contract or I'm representing a company. But like I said, I do take pride in the fact that, I try to teach stuff that a technician can use tomorrow, and that's the whole purpose. So if you're wondering about who's Tony and what Tony does, Tony likes to think that he knows a little bit of something. I'm not saying I know it all. And the day that I get cocky is the day you're welcome to slap me. I have been known from time to time to become a little cocky due to the fact that I get tired of illiteracy when it comes to not taking time to wanting to learn or know. I tell guys, if you have one of these, which is a cell phone, and you're stupid, it's because you want to be stupid. So, but one thing I want to touch on as I finish up, now that I've said a little bit about me and what I know, what I do have education too. I got degrees, but in this case, that's not relevant. It's just more about the skills and learning how to use your hands and work on tools. That's very important. But I just want to say something for those do-it-yourselfers and your truck is broke down and you're watching these videos. I understand, you want to get it, but you got to understand that when I teach technicians, the scan tool, the interface scan tool, a good quality, manufacturer equivalent scan tool is just as important as your 10 millimeter socket. Everybody talks about 10 millimeter socket, your ratchet, your tool. In other words, it's a tool, and that's the tool that us as working technicians have need to purchase. Lord knows I purchased I own many scan tools. My last purchase was the Snap-on Zeus, and that was a $10,000 affair. But in this case, they just add money, but they cost what they cost because of what we need. And that's why when we charge an hourly rate for labor, it's based on not only the access to service information, because we pay for that, we don't get that for free, but also a competent scan tool that can interface. Now, I recently had a comment from a gentleman where he was saying that he deleted his truck, and if you're watching, I'm sorry, but you got to know this though, And what I'm saying is you got to have a scan tool. Some of you don't have it and you're trying to use your tuners, and the tuners only gives you so much. Some of you guys are just not, competent on what you're doing. And that leads you to parts replacement. You're buying parts, and that's no good. So in this case, you can't be parts, and maybe you'll hit the lock of the draw and the truck will start, everything will run hunky-dory. Hey, I figured it out. But the thing is, a good diagnostic requires A, knowing how it works, because hey, isn't it fun to work on something when you know how it works? B is having that service information to find that information that you need, what this code means. And C, or 3, you need to have a good scan tool. I mean, if you delete stuff, you take, like that gentleman was saying, he took all the emissions. Everybody talks about the DEF system, the SCR system, because it's called SCR, selective catalyst reduction. You take that off, you're going to maybe trip some codes because it's looking for certain data, certain information. And if not, it's going to derate the truck. And I'll be honest with you, for the first time, in history of me working on cars and trucks, derating is one of the first things that I've seen ever since SCR came about in roughly 2011, 2012 model year diesel trucks. So with that said, we need to know what the computer's thinking. He's got to tell us what he sees why he's derating, what's going on. So in this case, that's why a good scan tool is needed. Remember, you might go to your local auto parts, right? And you're going to get a scan. There is what we call emissions OBD2 competent scan tools, and then there's manufacturer-specific scan tools. That's why we have, like, for example, in the early days of OBD2, which was enacted back in 1996, we saw PO codes and P1 codes. PO was a generic. In other words, a PO300 misfire code meant the same thing for every manufacturer, while P1 codes were manufacturer-specific. And the list has gotten bigger and bigger. We now see P2 codes, PE codes, PC codes, and so on, because there's so many more systems out there. So I guess what I'm trying to say is you got to be able to have access to that information using a manufacturer equivalent scan tool. So that's the problem with a do-it-yourselfer, is having something that could read and tell you what's going on. So, that's why it's a good idea to maybe get friends with a local shop, or they could, if you're wanting to do it yourself, see if they can scan it and see what's going on. Because like I said, the auto parts special scan tools that they use are not always going to give you the equivalent of what a manufacturer-specific scan tool can give you. So when I see a posting, on either Facebook, or I see a comment, hey, Tony, my truck has this, or they comment that, hey, my truck's got, the one that really frustrates is, hey, my truck don't start. What can it be? Jesus, what do you want me to answer with that one? It's like there's so many things. I need a little more info, a little bit of what's going on. So keep that in mind. So as we start the year 2022, first of all, Happy New Year. Didn't say that earlier. I don't know if I did today. But anyways, I like to tell you guys Happy New Year. You're going to see more videos uploaded. We're going to give it more effort. And those of you that have subscribed and commented, Thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Maybe we can grow this thing. So we'll try to put more effort, more information we can help you. So, and those of you who are wondering what is my professional website, it is powertraintraining.com. Powertraintraining.com. So unfortunately, I won't be editing this one to put it in there, but powertrain, the word power and train, POWERTRAIN, powertrain, and then training, like training, .com. So there you could visit my professional website. But we cater that to more professional. But if you want to take a next step, maybe some of you are looking to make a career change, especially those of you young, we need people, you know. And in this case, you're welcome to visit that website though. So, but with that, once again, I'd like to thank all of you for subscribing, for those of you that have subscribed and those of you that commented, and look forward to giving you more videos as we start the year 2022. Thanks again. Thank you so much. God bless.